Okay, this is Weather Outlook. This is your update for Thursday, August 21st. We have a little weather, but before we get to the weather, we have a little video. Fun. Okay, this is Weather Outlook. This is Fred. I'm doing a lot better today. Not the best, but better. Um, and I got a little short for you because I'm in a good mood. I found this guy. His name is Vic DeBenedetto. We've done this. You probably have heard it before. Got to get the milk and bread. Got to get the milk and bread guy that does that little video years ago. We've got a new one. Well, it's not new, but it's about hurricanes and figuring what was going on right now. I thought it was pretty funny. So this is your weatherman, Tony Gaga. I will do the weather after this is over with.
Hey, this is Tony Gaga for Channel 2 Weather. You got a weather guy? You gotta go to the weather guy I go to. Everybody's worried about this Hurricane Erica. Don't worry about it. I got a guy that'll make this hurricane dissipate by time it gets to Long Island on September 4th and 5th. Let me explain something. The big concern right now is Hurricane Gaga, which is starting to brew out in the Leeward Islands. Right now, currently, Erica is going 200 miles an hour over Puerto Rico. There's hubcaps flying all over the place. It's going to hit Florida tomorrow morning, so you better batten down the walkers. And then eventually it's going to go north-northwest in the east-southerly direction. It's going to dissipate when it hits your sister's ass. Don't you understand? You got a weatherman? You got to go to the weatherman I go to. By time it gets to, look, this is Staten, Italy, by the way. See Staten, Italy? By time it hits Long Island, it's going to be all rain. Get your umbrella. Forget about the beach and the barbecue and the picnic.
Okay, I just wanted to give you this. This is around 3 o'clock on Thursday. You can see the hurricane Erin is moving away. We had some rain behind it. It was basically, it was wrapped around the hurricane. It wasn't like a band, but what had happened, it had set up a convection zone in here. And then some people got heavy rain, some people got nothing. But that's pretty much gone and going away. The winds really along the coast were high tides and some coastal flooding. It was worst out at Cape Hatteras, but for Jersey and all, I was there yesterday. I was looking out over Margate City, and it was, it was the tide was high, and that was to be expected. Now, but again, there's going to be a lot of sand going to be lost, and that's another thing to keep in mind. But again, that's along the coast there. Now, this got a huge wind field. The heaviest winds are around the center, of course, but the tropical winds are just off the coast. I'll bring this in a little tighter. These are the winds this afternoon at this point. They were a little higher earlier today, but the wind gust right now along the coast, 30, 40 mile an hour. Inland, basically, it's pulling away. It'll be dying down. Reading was at 19. That's a gust. That's not much at all. I was just out there. I don't feel any gust going on right now. But then, as you'll see, as this thing it spins around, but as you can see, everything starts to back off as we get to around midnight. This is kind of what we're down to. So then the next thing is that maybe this humidity might go away a little bit. But that's the winds tomorrow morning. And those are gusts, 20 mile an hour, 25 mile an hour wind gusts, and they're slowly pulling away. Now, tomorrow morning, highs are basically be in the mid 50s to mid 60s, not even that, except out by Pittsburgh, mid 60s. But pretty for this time of year, it's got some low temperatures. It's almost like fall temperatures, which aren't too bad. But then as we go through the daytime hours, as we get to the afternoon, you can see the I-95 corridor gets into the 80s, but everybody else is, in the 70s, from low to upper 70s across, even around the shoreline there. It's probably mid 70s right on the coast tomorrow afternoon. Now, there are a few showers out there, scattered pretty far apart, but a couple of showers out there. You can see they're moving. They're moving from the northeast to the southwest here, and that's because of the circulation around the hurricane with the winds. And you'll see as we go overnight, this is around 2 o'clock in the morning. When 2 o'clock in the morning, radar's almost clear, except for a couple areas where some drizzle maybe pops up or something. But this is taking you through the whole day on Friday. There's no precipitation out there, so if you go into the Eagles and the Jets, you don't have to worry about rain. And then as we go into Friday night into Saturday, nothing except for a couple of showers way out here in Western PA, just a couple. And and that takes you through early afternoon on Saturday, or around midday. And you can see there are a few showers, and I think some more showers will pop up later in the day there. Okay, so this is Saturday's high. You can see the I-95 corridor mid 80s, every out by Pittsburgh mid to upper 80s, and then elsewhere in between, temperatures in the higher elevations are in the 70s, lower elevations below 80s on Saturday. Sunday mornings, temperatures basically 60s across the area, maybe a couple of 70s along the Jersey coastline. Now, on Sunday, you do have a front that's going to try to cross the state, which can bring a couple of showers, maybe some thunderstorms. This is late afternoon, simulated radar. But what that does with the temperatures on Sundays is it kind of reflects the clouds and the rain, the chances of rain. And you can see here, let's see if we can bring this back to the afternoon hours. You can see again the rain in between. So out by Pittsburgh, out that way, Du Bois and Bradford heading that way. Temperatures get in the 80s. The I-95 corridor, once again, in the middle 80s. Delaware, New Jersey, again, mid 80s. If you go along the coast, probably upper 70s and around 80. But elsewhere, like I said, temperatures basically 70s to just touching 80 on Sunday. Now, that front going through on Sunday leaves this behind Monday morning. Western half of PA is in the low to mid 50s, eastern half of PA is in the low to mid 60s. And Jersey, you've got upper 60s, and Delaware, upper 60s. The front hasn't gotten affected there yet, but it will. During the day on Monday, quite a variation. 60s to the northwest, 70s down by Pittsburgh, 80s over by Philly, Jersey, and Delaware. So quite of a mish of temperatures on Monday for daytime highs. Colder air begins to flow in. There is a little cloud cover and showers out in western PA. That's why their temperatures are in the 50s. But wrapped around it, temperatures are in the upper 40s. And then up to the Poconos, you're down around 50. Southeastern, south central PA, you're in the mid 50s, except for Philly, once again, southern Jersey and Delaware, where you're still in the lower 60s. On Wednesday, another night, a lot more 40s out there. Poconos are now into the upper 40s. Wilkes-Barre area, Scranton area, you're in the upper 40s to around 50. Just out by Pittsburgh, they're in the lower 50s, but a lot of 40s out there if you look at the map. And then as you get down towards Harrisburg, Reading, Allentown, temperatures are in the lower 50s, and down towards the shore once again, 60s. Now, there's Thursday morning. Guess what? A lot more 40s than the night before. We're down into the lower 40s. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a 39 out there somewhere. Again, temperatures are getting cooler and colder. Again, 40s to the north and the mountainous areas. The only place in the western part of PA is the Pittsburgh city area where you're right around 50. And then out in the southeastern corner of the state, temperatures get right close to 50. And then once again, the city, Philadelphia, and parts of South Jersey are back in the 60s. Okay, just a peek ahead. This is the afternoon highs as of right now for Labor Day. You can see everybody's basically 80s. Bradford showing 79, but everybody else, and the Poconos 79, but everybody's right around 80, if not into the middle 80s, which again, Western PA, South Central Pennsylvania has some upper 80s out here in Georgia, Jersey, temperatures mid 80s, Philly mid 80s. But if you're going along the shore, again, mid to upper 70s right along the waterfront. Now, there's a system that's going to be off the coast. So again, it might rain on your parade a little bit. But this is this is Sunday. And then we go into Monday, which is Labor Day. Again, it's pretty clear. A couple of spots out in Pennsylvania, Western PA could see a little drizzle. But basically, Labor Day is looking pretty good for everybody. All right, everybody take care, be safe. I'm going to update the .com site shortly, but I'm going to post this now, and then I'll work on the .com page for all the local forecasts. All right, everybody take care and be safe.